Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome to the Expect to Win experience with Coach Thomas. And if you have not figured it out yet, I'm Coach Thomas. Um, Not in my normal Expect to Win gear tonight because we have a special show tonight. We usually on Fridays and Saturdays, but we are on tonight, and we have a very special guest that I know you're going to enjoy. And we're going to do as we always do here on the Expect to Win Experience Talk Show, the only talk show where student athletes are the stars. We're going to go ahead and open the show and have a word from our sponsor, and we're going to get right to the show. All right, we are back for the Expect to Win experience. I wonder if this is your first time watching, welcome to our show. And please take a moment and subscribe, like, and share our channel, Expect to Win TV, here on Expect to Win TV. And also check out our website, www.expecttowinathleticaa.com. Athletic apparel. Expect to Win athleticaa.com for all your Expect to Win gear. Tonight, I'm honored as always to have an outstanding student athlete, and this is what we're all about here at the Expect to Win experience. We showcase student athletes from all over the world, and tonight we have a volleyball player that I know you're going to enjoy getting to know her. So call somebody, tell somebody, text somebody, send them a link, tell them to tune in to Expect to Win TV, that you can check out the exciting student athletes we profile here on our show. So tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to introduce our guest, and she is a volleyball player from Cal State University Northridge, I believe, and we're gonna find out exactly where she is and what she's doing, and you're gonna enjoy meeting tonight our student athlete, Kaya Kanan.
Hi.
Kaya, I'm gonna have to get a sound effect with some hand clapping and all that. How you doing, Kaya?
I'm pretty good. How about yourself?
I'm doing good, doing good. Welcome to the Expect to Win experience. Tell us, who is Kaya Kanan, where you go to school, and your bank account number and social security, all that good stuff.
Well, I'm Kaya Kanan. I'm 18 years old. I just graduated from Palisades Charter High School, and I'm going to be going to Cal State Northridge to be playing volleyball.
All right. Why volleyball?
I've been playing volleyball since I was 11 years old. It's definitely a family sport. My dad played when he was younger, and then being the youngest sibling, I have two older brothers. I kind of wanted to play everything they did, and so when I was around 11, they were playing sports. They were playing all kinds of sports, but they were both playing volleyball for high school and middle school. And so at home, playing with them, kind of just wanted to do what they did. So I decided to try out for my middle school volleyball team.
Wow. Okay. So you have two older brothers. Did you? Because I, from what I've heard, you are like a terror on the volleyball court. Is that because your brothers toughened you up? Did you play against them, or is it just natural God given ability?
I'm not really sure. I mean, I've definitely been playing sports with them my entire life, and they are much older. They're 6 and 4 years older than me, so definitely toughened me up a little bit. Couldn't be the weakest one on the court because I had those older brothers pushing me the whole time.
Are they extremely competitive?
Extremely. We are all extremely competitive. None of us like to lose, so we find our way to win.
Wow. Okay. Okay. Volleyball. I mean, it's always a fun sport to watch. Um, and from what I understand, you received a scholarship to play volleyball for Cal State Northridge.
I didn't get a scholarship, but I did get a walk-on spot at their team, so I will be a walk-on in a few weeks, actually.
Right. All right. And are you excited about it? Are you nervous? What's your
Well,
thought?
it's been a long, long process because for recruiting wise, your recruitment starts your junior year. You can't start really talking to coaches, or coaches can't talk to you till your junior year. And so for me, my junior year was the start of COVID. And so recruiting for me was a little bit more difficult. We weren't playing, coaches couldn't come watch. And so that aspect is really difficult. So my recruiting process was a little bit longer than others. And I know for a lot of people, my 2022 graduating year, it was a very difficult process and everything got pushed back. So I think now having that mindset that I will be going to school in a few weeks and playing in a few weeks, I'm very excited that I finally am over the stress of recruiting and talking to different coaches and trying to figure that all out.
What kept you motivated when COVID? Like you said, you couldn't play, coaches couldn't come see you. What kept you motivated?
Well, I think for a lot of people, being in that quarantine, it was a stressful time mentally. And for me, the only way I was able to get out of my anxiety and my stress was playing volleyball. So I was able to play a little. It definitely wasn't full on. It was just one-on-one work with a coach, or me and my friend would go into the gym and get some reps. And so doing that was kind of my release of not being in my house 24/7 and getting stressed out and super anxious. I had that little let go and somewhere to just not have to worry about anything. So I think that definitely kept me in the motivation to keep playing.
I hear so many student athletes say that when they either they get in a funk or they're mad at their parents,
Yeah.
they turn to their sport. And
Yeah.
um, you said okay, you said you were a walk on. For those in our audience that don't know what that means, what exactly does that mean?
That basically means that you go in through the application process. They don't offer you money, but when you walk onto the team, you are still playing on the team. You have already committed to the team, but you have to get into the school first.
Okay.
Or not necessarily get in before you commit, but you do have to send in your transcripts and everything. You have to do that already, but unless you're offered money, every other position that you're not offered money, you're a walk-on position.
Now, do they actually offer scholarships for volleyball?
They do. And for volleyball, they offer 2 year scholarships. And I believe that's for a lot of sports. And so you get offered a 2 year scholarship, and they give you those 2 years with your scholarship. And then once that second year ends up, they can decide to either further give you 2 more years of scholarships or not give you the scholarship after that, depending on your performance and if they think you deserve that money.
Okay. So, do you think did the COVID year did that hurt you? Because if you got in on your academics, I mean that means you had good grades anyway. But did the COVID year hurt you?
I think the COVID year definitely hurt me. I think I would have gotten a lot of more eyes on me by coaches, and it would have been a lot easier to communicate with coaches or get them to see me. But it's really hard to get recruited just through film. I mean, it's very easy to send out emails. I was sending out mass emails to 600 coaches at a time with my information and my film, and I would do that as much as I could, or as many times as people would remind me to, but it's hard to see the kind of athlete you are compared to, I mean, on a video compared to in person. And so it was definitely harder for them to see my actual ability to be a captain on the court or help others on the court through video, because you're just seeing the highlights and you're not able to see how an athlete reacts in scenarios where they mess up and something may have not gone right, and you want to see how they are mentally in that state. And so it's really hard for coaches to see that just through film. So I wasn't really able to get noticed, and I'm not, I mean, I am 5'8", but I'm not the tallest, so they're not going to look at me right away unless they see me in person.
Right, right, right. Wow. Do you think it's the same for young men as it is for young women? Because I've heard a lot of young guys get, especially for football, they get scholarships and based on what they did in the ninth grade, the ninth and 10th grade. Do you think there's a difference when it comes to women in sports or even volleyball in general?
I think it may be different. Strength, definitely for guys, it's more strength wise and height wise. Your athleticism is the main key, especially for volleyball. They're looking at who can hit the ball the hardest, who's the tallest, mainly height for guys. I think girls, it's a lot more mental. Our game is a little bit more different. It's more of a stamina game. Our games go on a lot longer, and our rallies go on a lot longer than men. They kind of just hit the ball as hard as they can and then move on to the next point. Ours is a lot of back and forth over the net. So I think from that perspective, they're looking more at the athletic abilities. Obviously, look at the athletic abilities of girls, but they also look at the mental stability and stamina, I believe.
Tell me this, Kaya, because most times when, at least if I ever played volleyball, and I have played a few times, we just get out there and start hitting the ball back and forth. When you play organized volleyball the way you do, are there plays and set plays like it is in other sports, or
Yes, so I'm a setter. Basically, I'm a setter, and so I'm the one who runs the plays. I'm basically the quarterback of the volleyball court. And so there's different heights, there's different, like, I don't know how to put it, different placements and where I set the ball for the hitters. So there's different ways that you can switch people. There's all kind of different ways. And you call it different things on your team, just like any other sport would. And so we do have our own plays, but they're run in certain scenarios.
okay, okay. What is the most difficult thing about being a student athlete?
I think time, and having the time to be a student, an athlete, and be with your family, have a social life, and just all of that together. For me, I play volleyball pretty much every day. So I have to balance the fact for school, during school, to get my work done and then be able to go play volleyball, and then also be able to see people and maintain friendships and be with my family. And for a while, I helped coach volleyball as well. And so I was also adding that on top of my plate. So a day would look like I'm going to school. I get home, I have like 2 hours to do some homework. Then I go straight to a practice, and then I go to a lift, and then I'm coaching. And then I get home at like 10:30, 11, and I can cram in some more homework and then go to sleep. So my weekends, I'd have to find a way to free up some time to be with family or friends. But then I also have tournaments. So it was a lot.
Wow. Do you love it?
I love it. I've loved it. I mean, I've been playing it since I was 11. I'm going into my 8th year of playing it. So,
Wow. What are your future aspirations as it pertains to volleyball?
I think, well, my dream for the past, I don't even know, 4 years has been to play D1 volleyball. So, I think right now I'm just trying to more live in the moment that I am finally here in this moment playing D1 volleyball, what I've been pushing for and training for so long. So as of right now, it's just enjoying my college experience.
That is awesome. That is awesome. What obviously your grades are good, and you said you attend Palisades Charter
High
High School.
school, yes.
Okay. Um, was it challenging? How challenging was it being in a charter school, or was it easy? What was the academic part of it like?
I think certain years it was definitely harder. My first few years, the first 2 years of high school were harder for me. My junior year, we were online at home, and our classes were like an hour long, 3 classes a day, and we get off school at like 12. So even if I had a harder class, I had the rest of the day to figure that out, and I wasn't really going out much, so I had the time. We do have the support of, I had a coach who was also a teacher there, and I had him as a teacher, so we had him as support on campus. And then I know for girls and boys, it's different. A lot of boys get grade cut, but they do frequently check our grades, and if you aren't reaching a certain amount of a certain GPA, then they will cut you from the team, or you get grade cut for a little bit, and then you can come back when your grades are back up. So there's definitely that help of making sure that you keep up your grades, especially during season.
Wow. Okay. All right. Well, we're going to take a commercial break. And ladies and gentlemen, you are experiencing Kaya Kanan, pride of Palisades Charter High volleyball squad. We're going to take a commercial break and we'll be right back and continue our interview with Miss Kaya Keenan. God,
Yes.
try saying that 10 times real fast. We'll be right back. All right, we're back with Kaya Kanan, prior to Palisades Charter High School. Kaya, tell me this. You said you've been playing since you were 11 years old. Your dad played. Um, do you work with any younger kids? Do you teaching them? What advice would you give to other young girls who want to be like you?
So I actually helped my club volleyball team, or my former club volleyball team. I was an assistant coach for the 12-year-old team, and I also coached beach volleyball. And so a lot of the time, I think these girls went into some practices stressed out, not wanting to mess up. And there's moments where they're getting super frustrated with themselves or being upset after tournaments because they've made so many mistakes in a row. And my whole thing for them was, you don't need to apologize. You don't need to say sorry. Every time you come into these practices, it's a learning process. You're getting new experiences, you're growing from this. And I think it's more so having fun and getting those relationships with people and enjoying your sport and having good memories with this sport than mentally going almost insane because you've made so many mistakes. I want these girls to go out of tournaments happy that they had fun at their tournament, not wanting to take off their jersey, wanting to play more games rather than I made so many mistakes and going home crying. And so I think my advice is just having more fun with it and enjoying what's around you rather than worrying about what's already happened or what you may have done in the past or stuff that you think you could fix.
Wow, Kaya, I have to say you already speak like a professional athlete.
Thank you.
You, you are. I'm sitting here and I'm listening to you and I'm thinking, okay, I need to ask her another question, but I'm just so engrossed in your answer that I'm like, wow.
Thank you.
Kaya, tell me one time, one situation that you exceeded your own expectation on the volleyball court. Maybe you scored the winning point. You were down by a bunch. What's something that, I mean, you think about it today and you go, wow.
Well, this team, my most recent club team, we won 2 or 3 tournaments, I believe, and we got 3 separate bids to go to JOs. And prior to that, I had never gotten the opportunity to go to JOs. And so this
Hell,
Junior Olympics. So we have nationals, and there's different levels. There's different rankings. There's, I think, 7. There's Open, which is the highest, USA, and then it goes down from there. And so we won a tournament, a travel tournament, And with that, you get a bid, meaning you get the opportunity to go to the tournament for free. You're entered into the tournament. Without a bid, you'd have to pay your way into a tournament, probably one of the lower divisions. And so we won a bid. And that moment, we had gone the entire 3 days. We were in Philadelphia. We had lost maybe one match, and we had played four each day. And
Wow.
so we went undefeated almost. And it was an amazing feeling. That last game, we were winning by a lot, and then there's three sets, best two out of three. And so the second set, we kind of started going down a little, and it was a matter of like, we need to mentally get back in this. We've been playing it, this is our third day, like we got to get back in this. And finishing that, and just even watching the videos of us at the end of that game and how happy we were, it's something that I'll probably always remember. And then it was just a really cool experience.
How do you mentally get back into a situation, a game? That's a life lesson in itself. But what do you do? How do you mentally get back into a situation or into a game that you look like you're going to lose?
Well, personally for me, as the captain's standpoint, it was harder for me because I had to keep myself mentally together and the whole entire team. And so my whole entire volleyball experience has been growing towards knowing that it's okay in the moment. Anything can happen. You're all playing at a very high level. And so they're going to win some, we're going to lose some, we're going to win some, they're going to lose some. And so for me, it was always a matter of, okay, I made a mistake. We may be down, but there's nothing I can do about the past. I can only focus on the present and the future. And so something I'd always tell my teammates, if they made a mistake, I'd go up to them and be like, okay, next ball, like you can't do anything about that now. We move on to the next ball. And so I think it's a matter of like having short-term memory loss in a way and just forgetting what just happened and moving on to what you can do now.
I like that. I like that. I love it. I was going to ask you, so what do you do, or what have you done in the past where you just like hit rock bottom and you just really felt like, yeah, maybe I don't even want to play anymore? Or even have you ever felt like that? And but I think you kind of summed it up in your answer. But have you had that experience where you just played terrible and you just questioned yourself?
I think everybody has that moment where you're like, you know, that was not my game, and I don't even know why I'm doing this anymore, or why am I doing this? Is there a point for this? But I think for me, I actually definitely had a point where I was very confused, especially during my recruiting process, of if I was good enough or if I was capable of doing it. And I think every point where I was stressed out about that, I would think back at my 11-year-old self who was having fun. And that's why I want these younger girls to have fun, is I would think back at my younger self and what I was doing, um, to realize that I've been doing this for so long to bring me back into this. And so why would I quit now? Or why do I think I'm not good enough when I'm looking back at my little self who would think I'm amazing? So it was more of like thinking about the past and what brought me to that exact moment.
Who is responsible? I'm trying to wrap this interview up, but you're making it very difficult for me because you're so interesting. Who is responsible for you being so poised and confident?
I have no idea. Maybe it was the toughness of my brothers. I had to be tough when I was younger.
Wow. This is, oh, I mean, I wouldn't even want to play volleyball against you just from interviewing you now. I can see it. I see it in your eyes that you take what you do seriously.
Yes, I do. I
And
get very competitive.
wow. Ladies and gentlemen, Kaya Kanan, pride of Palisades Charter High School volleyball. What do you guys called over there at Palisades?
We're the Dolphins.
The duh, the the Dolphins. I don't know, that don't sound tough enough for you though, Kaya. You have to, yeah. You go into Northridge. What is Northridge? What are they called?
We're the Matadors.
There you go. There you are a matador.
I
You
am.
are a matador. All right, Kaya. We're gonna wrap this up. Um, you what advice would you give to all of these young ladies that are watching you that whatever they want to do, because I see you going so far beyond volleyball.
Thank you.
It's I mean, I see you being a motivational speaker, whatever it is you want to do. What would you say to these young ladies that's watching you about going for their dreams?
Definitely confidence and believing in yourself. You have to be able to believe in yourself for someone else to believe in you, and knowing that you have your own voice. If you are someone who's super quiet and doesn't believe in yourself, then you're not going to get to where you want to be. You have to be super vocal, be able to believe in yourself and be confident in who you are to know that that's capable of happening.
Wow, very well said, Kaya. Kaya, give out your social media information. Any other recruiters? I know you're going to Northridge, but somebody need to give you some money, kind of endorsement deal. Oh, y'all hear that? Puma, Nike, everybody. You can get here's your volleyball player, student athlete endorsement. But give out your social media information, Kaya. If anybody wants to.
It's just Kaya Kanan, Kaia, and then Kanan.
All right. That's Instagram, Facebook, or everywhere.
That's Instagram, and then my YouTube is also out there. So for all my highlight videos, but my YouTube is also out there.
Well, Kaya, it has been a pleasure getting to know you. And I tell you, like I tell all of the other guests on the show, when you make it big, get about Coach Thomas.
I'll remember you.
All right. And you have an Expect to Win hoodie coming your way, Kaya, for being a guest on the show.
Thank
And
you.
I can't wait to see you. Send me a picture of it when you're on campus at Northridge with your Expect to Win hoodie on.
I will.
All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, our guest tonight has been Kaya Kanan, an exceptional young lady that is going so much further than volleyball can take her. Kaya, God bless you and your family. Tell your parents they did a good job. They're doing a good job with you.
I will.
All right. God bless you, Kaya. And let me see if I can. Oh, okay. Let me know. Find out what to do. There you go. All right, Kaya. Have a good evening.
You too.
Ladies and gentlemen, Kaya Kanan. Once again, the pride of Palisades Charter High School. Wow. I absolutely love meeting these young people. I love doing the show. Many times I have so much going on, and I have to stop wherever I am sometimes and do the show. But as long as there's a young person that's a guest on this show, we're gonna do it, and I'm gonna do everything in my power to promote that young person. Kaya was really exceptional, and I know she's gonna go far, and I expect to see great things from her. So, ladies and gentlemen, once again, that's our show for tonight. You can go back and watch it anytime at Expect to Win TV. Please subscribe and support all of the young people that are on this show. Support them, reach out to them, watch their shows. Go back and comment on some of the past shows at Expect to Win TV. All right. My name is Coach Thomas. I am the host of the Expect to Win experience, and you are my audience. God bless you. Thank you for being here, and we will see you next time on the Expect to Win Experience Talk Show.